Okay, here we are doing the week 10 check-in. So let's talk about language arts. You guys did some copy work. I started on Daniel's duck. We were talking about consonants. Do you remember some of the words we learned? What do they end in?
End in?
Remember, L-E? L-E. Good, Brielle. So some examples words you remember? Simple. Apple. Jungle.
Schedule.
Candle. Good, you read schedule on the thing.
Bungle.
Very good. Okay, bungle, I guess so. Okay, we're actually, the cat will leave you alone. We're going to actually run through this pretty darn quick. Okay, so language arts, we did copy work, we listened to the stories, and we did the spelling. In science, we learned about bodies. More specifically, muscles, ligaments, bones. Tell me something. Are bones solid?
No. Yeah.
No, remember, no. What's in bones?
Holes.
Holes. That's what makes them light. Exactly. And there's bone marrow in those holes. So tell me, about how many bones do we have in the human body? Do you remember?
200.
More than 200. Very good, Brielle. Okay, show me an example of a hinge joint. Where's a hinge joint? Let me move that. There's a hinge joint. Brielle and River, where's a hinge joint?
On a leg.
Good. Your knee. Who can show me a ball and socket? Who remembers the big ball and that's what a ball and socket would look like. There's your ball and there's your socket. Where's your hip bone? Now, a hip socket, that ball and socket on your hip, how does that make your body move differently than like the hinge joint of your finger? Who remembers? Do you remember that word? Yeah, so it has more range of motion. Good, perfect. Now, what were we going to ask? What are those straps that join the joints that hold the joints in place? What are those called? You said the word a bunch, remember? What was that word? No, ligament. So close. Okay. Now, what holds our skeleton and body systems together? Like, what's in here that holds our guts in? Muscles. Perfect. Perfect. Well, we haven't done nerves yet, but we will, okay? Okay, so let's move on to history. Okay, we finished learning about the Vikings. So the Vikings used to raid villages. What did they learn? They became traders instead because they became religious, which helped them a bit become kind. And what did countries start doing to stop the raids?
Give them money?
Just paying them. And so they changed their way, and then they integrated into societies, didn't they? Yeah. And so they moved to other places and adopted the way that they live. So when we stopped, hold on, Liam, I know you're excited. When we stopped learning about Vikings, we started to learn about people in well, that's math. We'll do that. Eastern Europe. And so what did we learn about people in Eastern Europe? Who are the big guys? The leaders are the kings that live in castles. And the people who work below them are called knights. Do you remember knights?
Yeah, knights.
How does a boy become a knight? Who remembers?
Trains?
Sure, trains is good. Trains is good. And then he has to train another knight. When he becomes a knight, what does his knight that he's trained under do to show him you're now a knight?
They put a sword on his shoulder.
Yeah, they've got a little thing where they put it on their shoulder to knight them. Now, tell me, what was I going to ask? Oh, what practice do knights do to stay in practice of fighting? What's that called? Do you remember? Okay, then tell me, what are they? What are the two things that run towards each other with the long lance? Anybody? Joust. Good. Jousting. Good, jousting. Did they harm each other?
No.
No, because they were just practicing. Okay, I sent Bettina the art. What did you guys use in your art this week? We learned about Mesopotamian. Was a lot of stuff saved from Mesopotamia? No, I sent her a picture. What was saved in Mesopotamia?
I just
Big walls. And what did they do on those walls? Do you remember that word that starts with an R? They carved a relief. And so what does a relief mean? Is it a flat wall?
No.
Nope. What's on that? What do they do to that clay or the marble?
toy picture.
scrape it off, or maybe with you guys you pushed it down a little bit. So I'll do closer pictures, but you learned how to do that, right? So you took a big slab of clay, and we used different tools. And then Brielle, tell me what you did on yours.
A bowl.
You did a bowl in the sun. River, I'm glad you're feeling better, Liam. River, what did you do on yours?
I did snail.
You did a snail. Liam, what did you do?
A bowl.
A bird. So we're going to let those dry. When they dry, we are going to paint them. So they look like, did the murals in Mesopotamia, did they have paint on them?
No, they used charcoal and
Well, remember, they did have paint, but the picture that we saw, the paint had been gone for thousands of years, right? Remember? So how would you use paint? You're right. We did read about some of them using snails, but they use lots of stuff. Pigments.
Yeah.
Well, that was, I forget who that was. I think that was the Egyptians. They did something with snail shells. I forget. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so I think we're good. Math. Liam is still learning, but the girls, when I was away with Liam, did a lot of working with clocks. So show me, girls, what did we get you to help celebrate what you'd learned so well?
150. It's
Show me.
155.
So the girls each got a watch, and they are incredibly. What did you get? He got that from IVs that he got. He got a toy. Okay, hold on. This is serious. This is for school. Okay, so the girls got watches, and they can now tell time beautifully. Okay, you want to say bye?
Bye.